Hey guys, welcome into my channel. Tonight I want to play with some holiday makeup, some holiday releases, that sort of stuff. So a lot of these were released for the holiday, but then some of them are holiday themed. I thought it would just be fun to create a kind of more red holiday look, so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I say tonight because it's a little bit later in the day for me, but if this is your first time watching one of my videos, hi, my name is Kari. I love to test new makeup. I love playing with makeup, so that's what we're going to do today. Let me briefly just show you the items that I want to use tonight. So I picked up one of the NARS powders. This was a new holiday release. This one is called the Light Reflecting Setting Powder. It's the pressed powder, and I've heard some good things about it. I also did pick up, but earlier than the pressed powder, the two other holiday releases that NARS had. So it was the cheek palette, here's the cheek palette, and also the eyeshadow palette. But I don't want to play with the eyeshadow palette and the cheek palette. I do have a dedicated video on that. Tonight I want to use the Merry Christmas palette from Oden's Eye. I have had this for a couple of weeks, and funny story, it was like delayed, like it never got shipped or some issue with shipping, I don't remember. But then Oden's Eye had reached out to me and said, hey, did you get your package? And I was like, no, I never received it. And it had been several weeks because I had placed the order for this palette the day that it launched and it never showed up. So anyway, they sent me another one, but I've had it for a couple of weeks and I wanted to play with it. I also have the Infinite Chrome Holiday Kit from Danessa Myricks that I've been dying to play with. I think I want to use like the Multichrome pigment on the eyes and maybe the chrome flakes on the lips. I don't know, I think that's what we'll do. Kiko Milano also had a couple of holiday releases. I did pick up one of their sparkling red lipsticks that I want to wear in today's video, but I did pick up the blush and then the Hydra Rescue Lipstylo. And then Jouer also had a really recent release. This is a bronzer and blush in one. Yeah, it's called the Butter Bronzer Blush and Highlighter. So it's a trio, I guess. So I do have my base products and eyebrows on. Let's just jump right into this and start putting this on my face. I thought we would start with the pressed powder. I've never had a NARS pressed powder before. I don't have a lot of NARS products, and I just opened it and it has like this poofy thing in here, which is like, will I ever use that? I mean, like probably not. Looks like the smoothest powder I've ever seen. There it is close up. Like, does it have kind of a shimmer? I don't know. This is super white, so I'm interested to see what it looks like on the face. I'm just gonna use one of my like puffies, and this is a clean one. All right, let's just do it on one side. I'm not like picking up a whole lot of product. I just really rubbed my finger into it and not a lot like comes up. Like it's just very hard pressed in here. So they call this translucent crystal light reflecting setting powder pressed. I think that it's really pale. Like it's good for under the eyes, but I can see like right away, it's just very, I don't know, very dry of a powder. And like it's sitting really strangely across my nose. This is a powder that's only gonna be good for setting under your eyes. It's not gonna be something that's good for all over the face. Like I can already tell that. Okay, I tried to remedy that situation a little bit because this is just strange. Like it's light reflecting. It's like the foundation that they released earlier this year. I think it's just supposed to have like a bit of luminosity to it, but it's a super pale, like white powder, even though this one is in the shade Translucent Crystal. I think it was really airbrushing like underneath the eyes, but this doesn't seem like something that I'm gonna like to set all over the face. So that's my 2 cents on that. Okay, let's move on into this Jouer one. So this one looks like it's in the shade Jouer. I believe Jouer has released similar things like this in the past. Here's the compact. It's like plastic, but it's made to look like metal. There's the inside of it. I always hate to swatch these because they're so beautiful in the imprint. There you go. It's just like kind of a warm toned bronzer with shimmer in it. I don't know if I would use this as a blush, but we are going in with it as a bronzer. Yeah, it's super dark. Look it. It's literally staying where I put it. Like I cannot blend this out. So like it's not going anywhere. And it's really dark. This did only release in like one shade. I don't believe it came in multiple shades. So you can't get different depths. It's just what it is. Okay, so I don't mind it really lightly on the forehead, but once I put it onto my cheeks, I couldn't get this to blend out. So here I am trying to like diffuse some of this just a little bit because it's really pigmented. I do actually like the tone of it, even though it's really, really pigmented. It's got like a reddish undertone, which is something that I really like in my bronzers, because I think that red undertones as opposed to like more warm or orange ones actually look pretty good on people with fair skin. I think it just looks more natural as opposed to just kind of like, I don't know, orange. I might try like a different brush in the future, because that one was like, it wasn't moving. I applied it and then it just stayed. I mean, you saw it. So I don't know how I feel about this product just yet. Yeah, beautiful tone, just not sure that I'm loving how overly pigmented it was and how difficult it was to blend out. You guys, I tried to like curl my hair for this video, but my hair is kind of long, and like, so the curl's like, bleh, it's like deflated, and of course you can't see it. I don't know, just thought I would add that in there. All right, let's go into this blush. This is from Kiko Milano. It's called the Joyful Holiday Enchanted Duo Blush. This one is in the shade 01 Gingerbread Biscuit. Oh, look how cute this is. It's like a little ornament. Very nice packaging. I got a couple of things from this collection, but I could tell Kiko Milano was about to do something because they had quite a bit of products in Ulta that were like going on sale all at once, and that usually means that a brand is gonna revamp or repackage or do something different with their line. And so shortly after that, they started releasing a ton of new products in different packaging, a different style, and then they had the holiday release. So when it came out, I think it was right at the beginning of November, I decided I was going to pick it up because I'd never tried anything from Kiko Milano before, so I'm interested to see the quality of these products. So it looks like here that this is more of like in the star is more of a matte blush, and then here on the outside looks more of a shimmery blush. This is, again, something I don't want to like swatch because it's just so beautiful. I swirled both of these together, and here's the swatch. Such a neutral color. This is made in Italy, and this is a 36-month shelf life. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's put this on. Oh, look how pretty. I'm gonna have to say that's like a pretty unique shade in my collection, that gingerbread. I mean, it wasn't like overly pigmented right off the bat. It took a little bit of building. Yeah, I can see it in the viewfinder and it's clearly looking crazy, but that's how I like my blush. Give it to me and give it to me crazy. So there's nothing wrong with powder blush. This does come off. You don't have to keep this on here, but it was cute to just kind of have it as an ornament. The only sucky part is like this, which is the hook for like the ornament doesn't come off. So there's not much you can do about that. It's always gonna be on there like this. Let's throw on this Hydra Desire Lipstylo. This is another one in the shade 01. I wonder if I bought this in its gingerbread as well. Yeah, it looks like a pretty neutral shade. I think this was more of a like a lip gloss. No, it has some pigment to it. That was really boring. Like there's not much to that. It's a little bit drier. It has similar packaging to the sparkling red holiday lip that I want to put on later, and I really like this one. I think this one's just, it's a little bit drier. Like it's not overly hydrating, even though that's in the name. What I think it is good is like the best like neutral lip. It's the same color as the blush, which is like that gingerbread, and I think it actually looks good on me. There are a lot of browns that I ended up decluttering because I found that browns were just like a wash of color on me. It just looked really funny with my fair skin, but I think this one actually, I don't know, I just think this has a little bit more orange in it, so it's actually a little bit nicer. We will keep that on while we move into the eyeshadow. But before we move on into the eyeshadow, I want to put on the new Rare Beauty powder highlighter. The one thing that I don't like about these is that it has like a really long name to it, but it's not actually on the packaging, which is strange. This one is in the more pinky shade, and this is Mesmerize. And I just thought we'd throw this on really quickly. I haven't worn the pinky one as much as the one in Enlighten, which is like a pure kind of white highlighter. These are really, really punchy, by the way, but I think they look stunning on the cheeks. They don't overemphasize my texture. And I have a scar here. Like I have said this in other videos, but I have a scar that like goes from here to here. And so like I try to find highlighters that don't super emphasize that scar. I mean, not that you could tell what it was. I mean, it just kind of like, it's the same shape as like my under eye. So you can't really tell if you don't know, but yeah, it is there. And so you can kind of see the scar there. And this is a really good powder highlighter. I have been quite enjoying these. Okay, let's move into the Danessa Myricks Infinite Chrome Holiday Kit. So this comes with the Chrome Flakes, and then it comes with the mini twin flames, and that's that liquid multi-chrome shadow. This one is in the shade VIP and it's like a purple green. I think I'm still gonna try it today, and then I want to do the chrome flakes on the lips. Look how pretty that looks. We're gonna put that on top of the lips. So let's swatch these. I have swatched this one before and it's really, really staining. There is the swatch there. It takes like a little bit to pull it off once I've like swatched it and it's dried down. And here is the chrome flakes. Don't those look gorgeous? All right, let's get into playing with these. I hope I don't screw this look up. Okay, I'm gonna pull my mirror in because I want to get really close. By the way, I wear glasses normally, and so like I can't see far away. It's like every time I'm trying to film and I'm looking in this mirror here, it's so difficult for me to see. I'm trying to get really close to the lash line without like getting into my eyelashes. I think it did a pretty good job. It dries down really quickly. It's quite an easy formula to work with. I was like surprised when I was putting it on. I thought it was gonna be more of a wet formula and harder to work with. I'm not sure I'm going for like a purple look right now, but we are just playing. There doesn't feel like there's a lot of product in this tube. Honestly, it feels like if I use it a couple of times, that would kind of be all the uses that I get out of it. And honestly, when it dries down, it's a little crunchy. Okay, I think that was pretty. I could see that these would be like beautiful with this as a base underneath, but I definitely want to go into the shimmers on the Merry Christmas palette from Oden's Eye. I think this is actually like such beautiful packaging. Like there are some features in this that are just gorgeous, and some of the imprints of like the snowflakes, they're so beautiful. But then there's some shifts on this. I don't know, it's just very, very pretty. So I want to go with kind of the gingerbready theme, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is also called Gingerbread. I'm going above the crease, and this is going to be like the shade. Well, that's pretty much it. It came out more orange, I guess, than I kind of thought. It looked maybe a little bit more mauve in the pan, but it's not. It's pretty orange. I might keep it like fairly simple in terms of like the mattes. I'm gonna take this shade, this red shade here in Poinsettia, and start to deepen up the outer corner. I do want to take this shade afterward, Hot Cocoa, and then continue to kind of deepen up the outer corner. I am gonna get a little bit closer, so I'm gonna get my little mirror out. So far, the quality in the shadow is pretty good from Oden's Eye. I know some of their earlier releases weren't my favorite. They were a little bit more oily, and so some of them started to like leak some of their oils like into the actual palette. And I know those were like earlier releases for them, but I think their more recent releases are really, really good quality. There's no fallout. There's hardly any kick up in the pan. These are all blending super nicely together. I'm just gonna kind of blend these two shades together, this Poinsettia and Gingerbread. Okay, now into that more brownie shade, that Hot Cocoa shade, and I'm gonna continue to deepen up the outer corner on like the lower lid. I'm gonna take this shade here that's Little Star, I think, yeah. And I'm gonna go right here. I am gonna go over the Infinite Chrome. I want the Infinite Chrome as kind of like a shiny base, but I wanna see if I can make this, I don't know, a little bit lighter. Maybe it helps the shimmer kind of stick a little bit better. Yeah, I think that layered really nice on top of each other. Now I want to go into like the inner part of the lid. I'm really debating which one to do. I think I'm going to swatch a couple and see which ones I want. I want to do, this is like a multi-chrome topper. This one's in the shade Snowman. This one also feels like a topper, but it's multi-chrome as well. It's called Jingle Bell. And then this one is called Elf Wish, but it's like a greeny shift. It's much thicker. It has like a pink to orange to green shift. So let's use that one. And I'm gonna take this on the inner part. That on top of the purple looks so good. Yeah, the purple underneath looks amazing. All right, I'm going back into that Hot Cocoa shade and continuing to deepen up this outer corner just a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna go and do the lower lash line now. I'm gonna take this shade in Gingerbread, and I'm gonna do the outer part of the lower lash line. I'm gonna take that Hot Cocoa kind of on the very outer corner of the lower lash line. I'm gonna buff that out with a brush just a little bit. Clean brush. And then I'm gonna go into that Elf Wish one that sparkly one. See if I can pick this up dry on a brush and just kind of put it in the inner corner. So that's the completed eye look. It came out more burgundy than I thought it was going to. I thought it would come out like we'd do more of a red look, but this poinsettia shade is quite like burgundy. I like it. I think this is a really, really good quality palette for Oden's eye. I don't think that it's their same like original formula. I don't think these have as much oils in them in the shimmers. So I really like that. I'm gonna throw on some mascara and we're gonna come back and we're gonna do a red holiday lip. Okay, mascara is on. Let's move on to the last product, which is lipstick. This one is from Kiko Milano. It's just like the others. It came with the same holiday release, but this one is a sparkly red lipstick. Like, look at this bullet. It's gorgeous. I have worn this once before, and it truly is like a sparkly red. I don't know, now that I've created kind of more of like a pink and burgundy look, how this is gonna come out, but we're gonna go for it anyway. I love the sparkles in this. I'm going in Brave, no lip liner. All right, there's the vampy red lipstick. I don't think it looks bad with the eye look. We're definitely making a statement. And I want to put these chrome flakes on top of it. It does give you sparkle like to the lipstick itself, but it's minimal and it doesn't hurt. It's very comfortable. It's a really creamy formula. So these chrome flakes should stay really easily. I have never done this before, so I'm like really, really nervous. But we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, okay. Guys, I had no idea what I'm doing. But I've seen people like on TikTok like do this, and like I need to try it. Like it's gonna happen for me. Yeah, the crumb flakes are really chunky, but I think it's pretty. I mean, I'm clearly messing around at this point. But now that I've used the chrome flakes, the color, I mean, this shade is not a true red in this. This is like a sparkling burgundy is what this shade is called. So it actually, I think, goes with the eye look really well. And the chrome flakes just like, I don't know, they have quite a bit of like a pink shift to them once they're on. So I think they complemented the eye look really well. So I got all of it on my face. Let's do a final wrap up of everything that I tried, starting with this pressed powder. I think this is a good pressed powder for under the eyes. I think it was really smoothing and really brightening. Don't use it all over the face. That's my recommendation. I won't be doing it. It immediately made my nose look really, really dry. I thought this Kiko Milano blush in the shade Gingerbread was like super pretty and unique. Like it's a muted kind of orangey mauvey color, and I like that you have a matte in here and then you also have like a shimmery side to it with a really cute design. Like it's pretty, it's not even, obviously the star is smaller, but it's big enough that you can kind of swirl it around and get both of those. The Jouer, yeah, I mean, it was a little bit tricky to maneuver once I put it on. It's really, really pigmented. I like a shimmery bronzer sometimes, and I think it's probably a good enough shade that if you wanted to, you could probably try and use it for a blush. What I think I liked most about it was that it had a reddish undertone, which is something I like a little bit more than something that's just more orange in tone for a bronzer, so that was nice. I can't say anything bad about these Rare Beauty highlighters. I just think that they're glamorous and punchy, but look really natural in the skin, so I like those. The Multichrome pigment, I actually really like this. This isn't something that I would use normally, right? Like this isn't something that I play with when I'm getting up and going to work, but it's such a good formula. It dries down really quickly and it was easy to like wipe up any mistakes that I had made in my applying it. And I think it's a really good base. I don't think that like you'd have to work with these two products really quickly for the chrome flakes to stick on top of it because they're kind of a stiffer formula. But I thought that the palette, like the shimmers in the palette, stuck on top of it really well, while it still gave it like a really nice kind of shiny multi-chromey base and helped bring out some more color in the shimmers. So I thought it was actually really fun, and for formula wise, I thought it was really nice. I think having these little chrome flakes in your collection are kind of cool and unique. I think that it looked really good on the lips. This is probably something more shiny than you could probably get from another lip product if you weren't using these exclusively. I think it looks really cute and fun. I think there are a multitude of uses for this. And I knew that I wanted to try these at some point because I've seen these and I really like them. And I'm glad I got this shade. This is in the shade Disco, by the way. I did not mention that. This palette is a huge win for me. Unfortunately, I believe this is out of stock. I think that it was restocked and then sold out in the restock. I'm just surprised that they were able to like send me another one after my shipment didn't make it. Like, I don't know how that happened, but anyway, I know that there was 2 in this collection and I only picked this one up because the other one looked a little bit, I don't know, the colors just didn't look like something that I would get a lot of use out of, but this one really did. Adore the color story. I just think it's perfect. I think we created a really nice look with this. And I think that if you can get your hands on this in another way, like maybe later on someone ends up not wanting it and then you can buy it on like Poshmark or Kari or whatever, I would say that this is super good quality and I'm glad that I got it. So far, really impressed with the Kiko Milano holiday releases. I'm not gonna say that this Hydra lipstick like did anything. I liked the tone, that was about it, but it's a stiffer formula. Not much to write home about on that one. That's a wrap up. That's everything, you guys. I got all this makeup on my face and now I have nowhere to go. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic December. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.